local recording also. So in case you guys missed out that, yep, the first game actually went to the Masters really nicely, and I'm not so sure when did the stream got cut off. So I do think it's about 10 plus minute mark, and that's really regrettable to see because the late game of that game was just so awesome, man. But nonetheless, I am still going to be putting this onto local recording. So we saw in the previous game, Scout was just completely over dominating this whole entire tournament as first game, and yes, was actually going to be very strong, winning Mage Bane questionable pickup, and I'm going to leave the rest of history. That's it. We are actually looking at game 2 really soon. In fact, going to be starting right about now. So yes, in the hidden banding stage, nicely addressed Fate, Engineer, Torture, and Tempest. Now Tempest being addressed banned away means that Keeper is alive and Keeper is going to be snap picked. But before I go to that, Engineer actually being banned out by HoNTourSEA himself. Now that was a very successful Engineer on Look Like Live in previous game by Turtle.Masters side, so it's nice to see that. Meanwhile, Fate and Torture. Fate definitely very devastating, but Torture being banned by Nova. I'm not so sure if Torture was the main problem coming to the engagement, or rather the game. I don't see as a real problem. I don't really agree with this ban, but it should be fine because Torture still is a ban-worthy hero, and that's nice to see. That's it. First pick gonna be KOTF coming from Legion team, followed by a nice Pebbles. Now Pebbles hasn't been the most successful Pebbles I've seen, but can't really complain, man. But he doesn't really have a quick portal key. That's a problem. He didn't really gank as much as possible. He did have troubles against the scout, but that's Iron Nun, by the way. So he is a very successful scout player. That's it. I am surprised the scout is not first banned away, but that is also pretty questionable. And going to the second banning phase, I do believe that it's gonna be nicely addressed. That's it. The first hero coming from Turtle.Masters is going to be MOA as usual. Now that it's on the board, they are going to go for that instead of the Engineer. So bans the Engineer, picks the MOA. Nice to see that. Assuming that KOTF is going to be picked up by Nova also. Glacier is going to be picked up here in general. I do believe that Glacier has been fantastic support on Nova in the previous game. But in this game would be pretty different. Still going to be on Turtle.Masters team with MOA also. So both of them doing a really good job. And still, both are. I don't know if HoNTourSEA is gonna let MOA be the carry. I personally don't like that because I feel the MOA carry is a little bit outdated in the Southeast Asian scene. There is no way MOA could be able to live up to expectations here. It's a little bit sad to say that, but it seems like the dual support is the way to go these days. And again, Bowels is gonna be picked up this time. However, it's gonna be on God Hand, and it is definitely gonna be played by him because he is gonna be the offlane player coming up from Team Hellborn. So that's nice to see. And also the fact that Glacius and MOA, coupled with that, that's a lot of AoE nuke. Sorry, not AoE nuke. Magical Burst, and Glacius and MOA will be doing a lot of ganking. Also, Bubbles is going to help them in terms of mobility. So, Roaming Gang going to be the name of the game for Team Hellborn. And on Legion side, Ophelia, Keeper of the Forest, screaming a lot of early game pressure and a lot of push potential. So, maybe if going for push strat this time on Impunity.Storm, can't wait to show us something different. Again, Ophelia going to be on Best Storm, and they opted for the jungle strat, which is additional pool of resources unlocked, but sad to say that it's a really dying strategy right now. I hope that it's going to be pretty different. And, yep, so the second banning phase is going to be nicely covered here. We do have Rally, Wretched Hag, Demander Shaman, Magmas, and Lodestone nicely banned away. So all 5 of them, pretty much different bans from the first game because the first game was a little bit more on the carry intensive perspective. This game very much different. Hack is still banned out, and Hack is still very much targeted in favor of Zendofin. It seems like Turtle.Masters is going to give him that Sand Rift should he want to use that this game, but still not going to give him the Silhouette. They are not going to pick the Sand Rift first. They are going to leave it still open. It seems like they are not going to go for a late game carry this game. Speaking of which, that's going to mean a lot of early game pressure coming out. And look at a shadow pick from Iron Nun, man. Gonna be pretty scared here because that's a Nighthound, by the way, and Nighthound is just really damn devastating. Again, same Iron Nun. Iron Chef, as I nicely called him before the stream got terminated prematurely. And on my part, I'm just really pissed off and sad about that because I do believe that the previous cast was actually pretty good, but it's a little sad to say that as a solo cast, of course. It's a little sad to say that the last part, which was ironically funny, was cut out, and it wasn't on local recording. So I learned my lesson. I'm gonna have every single game on local recording, and we'll upload them onto YouTube, so you guys can always have catch-up action should Twitch fail me again. I do believe it's the Singapore server here, or maybe it's my computer. Maybe someone is just trying to DDoS me or some shit like that, but I hope that's not been the main case. Anyway, first pick from the second pick first is gonna be the Pyromancer. Again, I do like this as compared to the Glacius because Pyromancer on Nova is just so effective. He plays the stun really clutch nicely also. So that said, it seems like Turtle.Masters gonna take a little bit of time here to decide exactly what they want. Going into the second part of this game, we are looking at Deadwood actually gonna come to life here. And yes, Deadwood has been really devastating. And also, the amount of early game ganks and rotation coming from Team Hellborn is just so devastating. I'm just a little bit amused to see that both teams, all 4 slots picked up, but they have not decided to reveal their carry just yet. Maybe they've got a sense of a little bit of a shred of a questionable doubt coming to this game here, because they don't want to show the carry in the first perspective, but still that means that they are not in a rush. It's gonna be a Corrupted Disciple. Being the first pick, he does have a little bit of advantage, and that's Impunity.Storm for you. They will have the Corrupted Disciple. Didn't really see this too successful in Xenophim, but I do believe that if you are talking about early game carry, Corrupted Disciple is the go-to guy. I would have personally preferred a Nighthound though, but Nighthound does need a lot more items as compared to Corrupted Disciple, but it can just nicely sap up damage. So a lot of early game pressure coming from Impunity.Storm. This is going to be a different strategy as compared to the first game. First game we saw a very passive gaming kind of a situation for Impunity.Storm. It's going to be the Sand Wraith. It's going to get called out. It's not going to go to Xandofin, and I was thinking actually if Turtle.Masters didn't ban out, maybe they wanted that for themselves, which is actually proven correct, so that's nice to see. But Sandrift again on Ironan is also another proven success. So Ironan's heroes, I mean, he plays fantastic carries all year round, and does have a sizable renown few. Scout definitely one, Sandrift also the other, so gonna see quite a fair bit of that. He does also do exceptionally well on a few other heroes. Definitely Dracode is not his favorite one, but I am hoping that he does brush up on that. That being said, game 2 gonna be well underway here, ladies and gentlemen. So sorry the stream got cut off in the middle of the first game. Not really sure what's going on. I do hope that in the second game things are not gonna be the same. And that's it. There we go. Game's gonna be underway. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, game 2. HoNTourSEA G-League round 7 between Impunity.Storm and Turtle.Masters here. Turtle.Masters winning game 1 really nicely. The patience paid off. Strategy paid off. They definitely did a lot of whole map, wholesome ganks. Also awesome map control. Unrestricted Scout ended the game, so this game I hope that they will address the Sand Rift. That's it. We are looking at a Captain and Drafter of Impunity.Storm on behalf of Team Legion. It is gonna be Impunity.Storm like mentioned. Nova, Captain and Drafter, gonna be a Pyromancer. Emperor on the Pebbles. Previous game not really successful. I hope that this game is gonna be pretty different, yes. Xandofin, carrier as usual, gonna be Corrupted Disciple. The time for a little bit of a change. Ophelia being played by Bastom. Keen to see his micro really. Frexa gonna be on that Suicide KOTF. Not gonna be playing Bubbles again. This game, however, Bubbles is still going to be on Turtle.Masters, the signature hero, like their mascot, really. But before that, Huki, Captain and Drafter, going to be Turtle.Masters, well, MOA. We also got Look Like Leaf, and he is the fantastic dual utility hero, support hero, whatever you call it, last game, and he was the engineer. This game, he is going to be your Glacius. We do have Godhand, going to be playing as the Deadwood. Don't really think he's going to go down to the Suicide Lane. I do believe he's going to be in the middle lane. That's it, X9Z going to be the Bubbles, and he's going to go down south. We do have Sandrift being played by Ironan. Again, insane GPM farmer here. I hope that they address him really nicely. So game 2 well underway, and HoN just sounded. We are looking at a little bit of a cross-reference here. So laning stage, I don't really expect too much coming from both teams. Definitely standard lanes. I do believe that Frexer actually going to have to go up north against his Sandrift, which means that he's not going to have too much of a sizable farm, but he's going to pull the creeps like you can all nicely see right about here. So that's really nice to see. And in general, just awesome stuff coming out there. So pulling the creeps to the middle lane, a little bit questionable still, but Glacier's not going to do much of a thing, and it seems like he's going to take things from here. Nice to see. And yes, that's going to be the only way he can get good farm, but do know middle lane is going to be Glacius and Deadwood. That's a really deadly combination. They're really against a Pyromancer as well as Pebble, so dual stunner on this side of the house, still pretty decent to see, so they are going to be able to make sure that they will keep safe. Meanwhile, still jungle strat running really strongly from Impunity.Storm side. We do see the Ophelia being picked up here. I do believe the Ophelia is just so strong, but it does have a lot of early game pressure, and I do hope, again, it's execution based. I mean, if you pick up the Ophelia but you don't pull for early game, it's going to be really useless past the 40 minutes mark, man. It's a little bit sad to see. Again, this is Babael, gonna do a little bit of solo cast here for you guys who missed out on the first game. A little bit sad to say, but that stream is dead and gone. So yeah, we are looking at game 2, and I hope that the Twitch is gonna be fine. Also, with the fact that I hope that Ophelia is gonna kill the Bubbles, but nope, not gonna serve Turtle Soup yet again. X9Z looking to run away quickly, and like I mentioned before, this is the second game. So first game was close, yes, no doubt it was close, but it's not close in the epic teamfight manner where you can definitely tell which team is definitely on top of each other thereabouts. So maybe even if a next team fight would change the game. That's not the level of close. It's close in terms of passive farming. Passive gaming, both teams has got a standard to win that game for sure. The problem was I just can't let it go. It's the scout, man. It's Iron Nun. Biggest mistakes let him farm, and I hope that this game he's gonna be addressed. That's it. I'm done with that point. Never gonna repeat it. Never gonna talk a little bit more about game 2 again. Game 1 again, sorry. So game 2 here. We are looking at about 2 minutes rune popping really quickly. Seems like it's gonna be a top rune going in favor of Glacier. It's gonna be double damage. I don't really see it being exceptionally wonderful, except for the fact that it can nicely try nuke down Matrix, but that's just one. But he did force a change of road here by the Keeper of the Forest, which means that he's not going to put past the creep point where he would be nicely looking at a creep deny. So gonna try and make sure that the tower doesn't snatch away the farm. Nice to see that. Meanwhile, soldiers backup gonna come in for a sand rift, making sure that the lane is actually gonna be a little bit pushed out here. And both of them just really dancing closely. Meanwhile, middle lane, little bit of engagement here. It seems like Pebble takes a little bit of beating, but Glacius also did take the same amount there. And we are also looking at the support coming in from MOA, Hooky. This is the main reason why I do support this game these days. It's just really favored by myself. I thought that it's gonna be a really awesome strategy to have, and I hope that it's gonna be pretty fine. That's it. Gonna talk a little bit more about this farming status right now. Looking into this game, 3 minutes gonna be up really soon. We are looking at 15 minutes. 15 creep kill gonna be happening. But hold that thought a little bit because nice stun on Parameter may not be enough. And yes, Hooky there with a last minute clutch. Fog Lightning. Gonna be able to just pick up the kill on Nova nicely, and Nova, as usual, the curse hasn't really waned off there. It does have a little bit of a different effect right now since the Emperor has joined his team, but it's either Emperor or Nova that's always giving out the Bloodlust. So things need to change for a while. I'm seeing that they are actually sharing the burden, but they need to just stop that. Just stop that curse. But still, 17 creep kills on the Corrupted Disciple down south. Meanwhile, top lane, Seraph having a little bit like 15. So that's very respectable also. 15 and 17 both pretty much head to head against each other. That's really nice to see. But the really questionable point is that Godhand in middle lane getting really good farm here. 13 creep kills. And meanwhile Pebbles having only 9. So if Impunity.Storm again is going to lose on middle lane, this game is definitely going to tip in favor of Team Hellbot. Because I can tell you that Godhand playing as the Deadwood, he is going to be looking at a lot of this early game rotation and ganks coming out from here. And I mean, Deadwood and Pebbles, they're just like mirror images of each other, really, except that one's physical, the other's a little bit more magical. But other than that, we are looking at a possible gang coming from Deadwood if this farm snowballs in his favor really nicely. GPM chart is definitely telling the story here, ladies and gentlemen. We are looking at Sunray and Corrupted Disciple doing a really good job, like I mentioned. I'm just amused to see that the creep pulling is very effective coming for Keeper of Forces. He should be able to get a sizable amount of farm, but Ophelia, meanwhile, standing by only 100 plus farm. Not the fastest jungler, but he needs again early game pressure. So hopefully going to level 5, he'll be looking at a quick push potential coming out as soon as possible once he can get 3 creeps, yes. With Ophelia Judgment, no sorry, not Judgment, Command, yes, but he does have only 1 point in, so I don't believe that he's gonna be going so quickly into the push potential, and that's a little bit sad to see. But still, Ophelia Judgment is a very useful skill. It's gonna be the only nuke skill on Ophelia in general. There we go. Corrupted Disciple is gonna be really angry right now, popping a little bit of electric tide, but will not get too much of a thing done. That's it. This game pretty much slow as usual, just like the first. Looking at 4 minutes in, 0 is to 1, and nothing too overwhelming surprisingly here, but still we are looking at Impunity.Storm versus Turtle.Masters. Yeah, man. So farming pretty decent. 5 minutes up pretty soon. Pebbles, meanwhile, Milan taking a little bit of a beating there. Double stun, triple stun. Yes, Ice Imprisonment maybe. Another last hit's gonna be more enough. Here comes Ophelia to make something happen, but still, with only 1 Catman champion, what can she really do? But there we go. Ophelia Judgment gonna be more enough. Nova there is gonna nicely clean that up also. So 1 is to 1. Great exchange. Ophelia definitely going into that. Ophelia Judgment is just so effective right about now, man. So that is the main reason. Definitely not gonna go for a little bit of push potential, but still with the added nuke, we'll be able to pick up kills nicely. Ophelia having completed that raid marches means that he's gonna be slightly faster than Glacier. That's gonna be more than enough there. But meanwhile, Pebbles goes in nice. Target double stun there. Maybe chuck backwards today, but will not happen there. Questionable to see that, but I think Pebbles deciding that will be our reach there. Nova missing the stun also, but Emperor looking to run away. Here comes Sandrift. He wants the kill. Cameron nice slow, but Sandrift is able to pick up the kill, but it seems like he's not gonna pay any cost for that. Not gonna pay the toll, not gonna pay the tax. It's actually gonna be a runaway in the most fashionable way also. So this is why we all love Sandrift Southeast Asia. Look at the gang potential in this guy. Comes in, gets a kill, runs home. Nice to see that. That's gonna snowball his farm to about 340 plus GPM. And Iron Man, man, somebody better stop him. Now that he's a Sandrift, not a scout, it's gonna be doubly hard because he's got so much more escape mechanism. Scout just needs wards or maybe even quick ward of breath, dust of revelation to be able to just score that one there. But meanwhile down south here we're seeing a Hooky back up, X-Sign Z, both the MOA and the bubbles. Looking for a little bit of a nuke onto the CD, but CD being played by Xenofin is playing so safe. He does have already completed the Energizer, and my oh my, I can't stress this enough, but I don't agree with a quick Energizer build on the Corrupted Disciple. For that same amount of gold, he can get a lot more items that will give him stats. You should only complete the Energizer as a last resort, unless you are looking for a really quick farm, which is definitely not the case today, because we are looking at about 270 plus GPM only. So that's not, again, the best of farm coming up from Xenofin in this game. And I am just loving the triple rotation coming down south here. We do have the Glaciers, we do have the Master of Arms plus Bubbles, all three of them really doing decent rotation yet again. So they want to try and shut down the CD farm, which is what Impunity.Storm is doing on the mirror image against the Sandray, but not happening just yet. I mean, they need to try and evolve Impunity.Storm. They need to try and adapt to the situation here, because they know that the Sandray is going to be farming absurdly fast. They need to try and address this. If they don't, I can't stress this enough, it's going to be like the first game, exactly the same way it is. And Turtle.Masters is going to try and get a, well, 3-point lead, but Electric Tide really just bursting down bubbles. Not enough for a death just yet, but it's going to be really irritating to see that. Meanwhile, Glacius and Amoy just holding on behind there. Calfield going to be used there, but Energizer is going to be the main reason why Corrupted Disciple will run away, but here comes Ophelia to try and act as a little bit of a filter support just in case it doesn't really work out too well. Middle lane, Pebbles against Deadwood. Both of them still no portal key. Of course, it's only 8 minutes in this game. It's going to be expecting too much if they complete that item really too quickly. But meanwhile, Stagma is going to connect really nicely. And maybe a backward chuck. No, not going to happen just yet. And missing the stun is Nova. How regrettable, but it's going to be because of the haste. And I thought that now, with a little bit of that Willowmaker, Nova is going to pay the heavy price. What a mistake, really. But I don't blame Nova, really. There's no way he could have gotten the stun there if the haste was actually to be expected. Still, they should have known, being professional gamer, you should have just scouted into his inventory, knowing that he's got a haste rune before pulling forth the fight. But again, I find that the backward chuck from Pebble should have been a lot more utilized in this game. That would have changed things around a little bit more. Maybe you find that there's no real need, but that means also that the failed engagement in the middle lane means that Deadwood is going to have a lot more of a battle farm. 1:4 here. Middle lane definitely tilting in favor of Team Hellborn. Just right about now. And still, we are looking at 9 minutes into this game, and mid lane losing really terribly for Impunity.Storm. Pebbles having about 2 deaths already, and Frexer is actually going to rotate to the Hellborn jungle because he's not going to have too much of a good farm up north any longer. Of course, the irritating Glaciers is going to make sure that doesn't happen. But still, this is a 9 minutes game, man. GPM wise, looking really interesting to see that Xenofin slowed down really a fair bit actually, to be about 261 GPM thereabouts. We does have 270 plus XP per minute and 41 crypt kills. Nice to see that. Actually gonna be on par with the middle lane Deadwood only. Sandriff is meanwhile having pretty disgusting farm, about 56 crypt kill and 31 kryptonite, so that's nice to see. XP per minute, hero damage, really nice to see. The Pyromancer is dealing a sizable amount of hero damage but not getting any kill going in his favor. It's really sad to see. Meanwhile, game is just taken a little bit of a slow turn for slow right now. Bubble's gonna go in again, and it scares the hell out of CD because he's just playing so safe right now. Again, Kryptonite is gonna be mainly going in his favor. Level 8 CD, and it seems like middle lane Nova looking around ready. Rotten Grab's gonna miss, and maybe a stun today. Yes, but sidestep by both the Deadwood and the Glaciers, and it seems like Nova is history there. Just when I compliment his stun is legendary, he just decides to fail me. Nova, really. I can't complain because that was just awesome sidestep by Turtle.Masters. Really, if you see that, there was just no way. They were expecting that completely, and that was just really awesome sidestep. Coming from both God Hand as well as the Glaciers that are being played by Look Like Leaf. So again, Turtle.Masters, man, showing the standard, making sure that they are not going to be giving chance again like they did in the first 2 days of Cycle 2. But we are looking at them just trying to slowly crawl back into the top lead. That is now nicely occupied by RNG spots. That's it. Now there we go. Big root landing there by Bubbles there. Ophelia gonna take a little bit of a backup support line there. A nice stun is gonna be landing on the Bubbles, and definitely a good kill there is gonna ensure because of Ophelia's clutch decision to just go back up there. Also the fact middle lane more engagement. Ophelia gonna pop the LT middle lane also, but here comes the Serif to nicely finish up Emperor, and now he wants a little bit of that well, Pyromancer. Nova going down quickly also. Glacius picks up the kill. Questionable to see that. I thought that Iron Man being there should have gotten the kill, but Still, nonetheless, Glacius is going to need a little bit more gold coming as a support into this game. So, can't really complain. As long as the guy's dead, I don't really care who gets the kill. So that's it. Second tier defense tower down south. Gonna be challenged or maybe not. And this is the main reason why they drafted the KOTF and the Ophelia. It's for this early game push strat. That isn't really working if you ask me, but the main reason why it's not working is because help on team, man, they've got so much of early game aggression also. And look at the individualistic burst potential there. We got Glacier Stunner, MOA Stunner, Gang. Bubbles of course gonna be a strong ganker also. Not to mention, man, Deadwood. Just waiting for the Willowmaker to complete itself. Oh my god, it's actually gonna spot out the CD here, but CD is gonna be invisible. There's no way they are actually gonna capture that. So now spotting the Deadwood has left the lane. They will push out with the push potential, and yes, Tagomite is actually gonna cut out Bubbles despite that take cover. And Bubbles goes down. Glaciers dances, but will not do much of a thing there. But the health points on the Legion team, sorry, is just so low right now. They are forced to call off the engagement today, and Nova actually gonna pay the heavy price as Sacrificial Tomb. Yes, he is going to go down really quickly. God Hand going to finish him off because the Willowmaker. It's definitely expected. There's no way he would have survived nonetheless by himself. And again, Ophelia doesn't have the ulti. That's the main reason why the push was cancelled. And again, even if he does have a Deadwood as well as a MOA, man, would have been more than enough for a little bit of slow push there. Meanwhile, top lane, Keeper does decide to pot up here to try and defend his spot against the Sandry, but Sandry is just doing unparalleled farming, man. And I feel that the main strategy that Imppunity.Storm is trying to pull forth right now today is try to push forth, put away the both towers down south. Once they have that addressed, they'll definitely try to rotate to mid lane and then the top lane. But the biggest question is, can they succeed? Because if they don't rotate up north soon enough against the Sandwraith, man, same story is gonna happen again. And where Sandwraith gonna go right now? Actually goes down south, picks up the CD, big win there. Again, main reasons why we hate Sandwraith in this game. Sandwraith plus anyone ganking equals to secured kill. That's the way Sandwraith plays these days. And definitely Ophelia now standing on the level 8. Gonna nicely spot his Glacius. Maybe he can even try and do a little bit of block here. Yes, Glacius gonna be blocked out here. Unless he hits those trees, which he doesn't have. Or maybe if they would probably put a Logger Hatchet. No, it's actually gonna activate his skill. He does have the Logger Hatchet though, so I'm not really sure why they didn't use that. And as we speak, it seems like Legion is gonna do a little bit of a reverse map rotation up north, doing a little bit of a tier 1 pressure up here. But a stun from MOA, and of course, the burst TP potential going in here. MOA gonna be forced to pull back there, but it's gonna be a nice cleanup from Turtle.Masters. Looking to chuck someone into Pebbles, but will not be in time for a kill. He's looking to run away there, but here comes the CD, man. Wants the kill, but look at the Willowmaker slow him down really nicely. 2 heroes, low health points, and stuff like that. He's gonna walk in there, but will not catch the Deadwood. Meanwhile, Ophelia picks up the kill, and this is suddenly a turnaround for Impunity.Storm. They just won themselves an engagement, but the tower will not be denied. There we go, Deadwood show himself. Energizers are gonna be off cooldown really quickly. 11 seconds, they are still looking for a potential here. Maybe a chop, maybe something. Toss a ball, toss a creep. No, Pebbles will not do much of a thing at all, and it seems like Energizer will not be in time, so yes, they'll pull back. What a waste, both of them below 10% or even 5% health points, MOA and the Deadwood. Clutch, saving grace coming out from Turtle.Masters there. Definitely, the engagement went in favor of Impunity.Storm, but they didn't lose a total of, let me just count, 2 heroes, correct, in general. And help on team, they just lost a total of 2 also. It's wise to see that there was no Sandwraith in that engagement, so still, technically speaking, a 4v5. Let me just check the chat log here, just to be very sure. Yes, 2 heroes is 2, so they did get the tower, very nice to see. Look like Leaf has been falling quickly also. Look like Leaf has the Glacius check as well as the bubble. So, being the Reaper, I've just done my death count, and nice to see. Middle lane aggression, again, full strike coming from Imppunity.Storm, so far pretty effective, but Deadwood Trap's gonna land nicely in middle lane. Congregate him up, but nice to see. Yes, Astrolabe, decent push potential. Come from Bastom, finally gonna be pretty much more effective in this game as compared to the previous Parasite. We do have Sandwraith down south, trying to do a little bit of a split push to try and slow down the push potential from the Legion team. It's been somewhat effective, but here comes the Pebbles, man. Doesn't have the portal key just yet. Did unlock the gold from all 3 tier 1s, but still no portal key. Pebbles a little bit slow, 15 minutes already, no portal key. Can't stress this enough, but he still is also on those raid boots, man. And raid boots means that he is not going to be fast enough for kill. Like in the previous situation, if he had steam boots, he would definitely have been able to just snipe down with a chuck onto that MOA. But nonetheless, we are looking at Impunity.Storm putting forward a little bit of a different strategy this game, and I'm just liking how things are working slowly in their favor, but they need to just make sure that the center is addressed again and again and again. I just keep saying the same things because That's just the key to winning this game. Sandrift standing about 3k gold. Quick mock of brilliance gonna be happening on this guy, man. And if that's gonna be the case, Pebbles, even if he so does decide to go for the portal key, it's gonna be a little bit too late. You know, they are not gonna defend the top spot, which is questionable again, but still top tier 1 gonna be nicely pushed here. It seems like no contest, no fort, no pot, nothing at all. Yes, it is gonna be going down. Glacier takes a little bit of a beating, but it's gonna be fine. I do believe he's trying to pull creeps, yes. There will goes in. Really invisible, wants to pick up the pebbles. Really ambitious right here. But Niwo's blessing gonna be enough or not. Here comes Iron to scoop it up. Like I mentioned before. Sandrift plus anyone ganking equal to secured kill. The logic of having a Sandrift in a game. There's just no way someone can just farm by himself. And that just propelled Sandrift's farm to insane 400 GPM team. We're just looking at 17 miniature. Babael, of course, doing a little bit of solo cast. Hope you guys are enjoying it so far. 6:12 here. And I hope the stream is not lagging as usual. Yep, but that's it. Hope everything's gonna be fine. Game 2 well underway. 6:12. Kill count. Impunity.Storm having a little bit of a penalty here. Half of that of Turtle.Masters, but still 2.6k gold deficit only. Simply because of the added tower pushdown. So that's gonna be a lot more effective. And I do hope they keep up with this early game pressure. Corrupted Disciple needs a quick shrunken head. That's all you need. You just need a portal key and a pebbles. Corrupted Disciple with the shrunken head. And then you can push all night long. Yep, that's gonna be the ticket there for victory. But still pretty sad to say this. But I think that overall the farm on Hellball team is just so much more. Sandrift having already completed Solve the High is gonna go for a quick more brilliance, as I mentioned before. And also if you witness the impressive anti-push potential coming from the Hellbound team. And there's just really nothing a Legion could possibly do there. Losing one Minotaur is Ophelia's Crypts, by the way. That's going to be a little bit of a hurtful for him. But still having 2 Skeleton King behind things are going to be pretty fine. Meanwhile, they will take a little bit of a questionable route. Going to be behind those trees. Will not go and jump too early. Meanwhile, Turtle.Masters looking to make sure that they will defend this spot at all costs. We do have the Sandrift ulti still up. So there we go. Mock of Brilliance nicely purchased. Not delivered just yet. I do believe it's gonna be in time. Not gonna be in time for the next team fight. But that's it. We do have a sizable amount of portal key from Team Hellborn. Yes. But he just create a decent. Yep. There we go. Also, they will go in for Ophelia. Questionable. Will not use the ulti in time. He takes the fall. Meanwhile, Emperor in a lot of trouble. Is completely cut off. Turned into ice statue there. Root's gonna be casted by Keeper. It seems like it's gonna be enough to pick up the center. That's a carry, by the way. Nova goes in, and Glacier's looking to go down. But Ringmaster's Call is gonna be able to nicely save him. It seems pretty questionable. Nova's gonna land a nice stun. Gonna slow down the Deadwood a little bit though. Pavel's looking to pull away. It seems like they don't know whether to fall back or to just follow ahead of this kill here. Hukiuhi gonna be stunned. It seems like the Fog Lightning is not gonna connect. Even if it did, will not pick up any kill. But that's a successful defend. That is really a successful defend. 2 is 4-1. Even though they defend this spot really nicely, Team Legion, they did lose the Pebbles as well as the Ophelia. Ophelia really doesn't have sufficient health points to put forth the double engagement. And of course, I seen the ulti to just extend the duration of the engagement. Of course, the fact that they were deciding to opt for the Ophelia kill is definitely apt. Also, we have got Emperor going down again. He was just cut off. I think he was just a little bit confused there because the rest of his team was actually pretty far behind. If you look at the map here, I'm just going to draw a little bit. So, yep, the rest of the team was here. Emperor was here, man. So, not really sure what he was trying to achieve standing by himself, but definitely not going to be enough. And also the fact that he still doesn't have the portal key, man. It's all going to boil down to the fact that he's not the fastest Pebbles I've ever seen. In fact, not a fast Pebbles at all. 20 minutes, no portal key. 0 to 5. Well, that explains a lot, but still, I'm not going to bash Emperor because I think that he's trying his best. In general, now with the triple stacked Ancient nicely taken care of, he is definitely going to be able to get a ball key quickly, but Fraxer seems to be here to snatch a little bit of farm. And there we go. If he had the second Dragon Master, he would definitely have gotten the portal key. But again, that's going to be a debate for another day. Fraxer, of course, needs his own items also. I do believe that he just finished the Arcana. He's going to go for Quick Restoration Stone. Can't really agree with that because I do believe that I prefer the KOTF with a little bit more initiation sense. That's going to be very important for KOTF in this game because he, unlike Tempest, doesn't need to channel his ulti, can just use it and that's it. Simple to say, that's going to be a lot of a huge disarray coming up for the Hellbound team. Considering there is no Shrunken Head, no Jomidas Bane, nothing that can stop the Keeper's route. That said, you need to be really careful right now because Restoration Stone, man. If it's gonna be happening quickly, could actually be a game changer. We don't know, but Impunity.Storm looking to make sure that they get a ticket out of this position right now. 7-14, still pretty much half the kill count. 5k gold deficit staring at face. 21 minutes in. Nova still being the ward person here. Definitely a little bit more successful the previous game. Having completed the steam boots, that's gonna help him survive a lot more. As you can see, that's the main reason why I didn't die in previous engagement. But really, Corrupted Disciple now nicely completing his Shrunken Head. Still with 1k gold in the bank here. Pebbles having the portal key but gets no kill. He did use it, by the way, and that's going to be a huge revelation because now Hellbound knows there's a portal key on the Pebbles. He jumped it a little bit too early. Should I have shown it a little bit too much? I feel it's wasted again. But that's it, we're looking at game 2 really quickly here. 22 minutes in and it seems like 7-14 still. And Impunity.Storm, man, on the back foot. This game is unlike the first because by the 20+ minute mark, we still couldn't tell exactly if the Mage Pain or the Scout will win. But in this one, boys, if it still drags for the next 30 minutes with no base racks, it's safe to say that Hellbound team's actually got this. And there we go, 5-man kill. They try to gang the Sandray, but a ward is gonna kill the attempt there. It's a waste of time. They know that they need to pick up someone before they try and put forth a little bit of a push, because in previous team fight they can't afford to lose team fights again. And again, it boils down a little bit into the draft. Really, Ophelia and Keeper, I do think that they take a little bit of time to start the push. And again, the MOA, really great, awesome anti-push hero. Acid Bomb is dealing so much damage there with Rotten Grabs, if you see that. Forcing out even the Astrolabe, yes. So no Astrolabe for the next team fight. 10+ seconds before that's going to be off cooldown. Middle lane going to be pressure here. Are we going to see a next team fight? Definitely so, but Impunity.Storm, they need to be really careful. They already have the Pebbles portal key, so if he goes in and toss someone out, they can force the team fight really quickly. But they need to be careful of this Daywood that's just going to be looking at possible gang. Spamming Rotten Grabs with anti-push measure. Bubbles, the Shell Surf. Meanwhile, Sandray being so effective as a solo pusher as compared to all 5 of Legion team. Acid Bomb gonna be casted also previously, so all of those fantastic anti-push spells gonna be in play. Hooky with a Ward of Wrath, just waiting for the Ward of Sight from Nova. He knows this is gonna be played here. Great sense there by the support players. Doing a really good job, Hooky that is. And still, push gonna be postponed. Forced to come back to defend the top spot here. Sagamite's actually gonna connect nicely though, but Sandray just met the clef. Is he gonna pot in? I don't think so. No. Sandray is gonna be safe though. A little bit sad to say, but because the Mark of Brilliance was active, there was no way Pebbles could jump in. So definitely Sandray there. Having a little bit of a luck exchange. Gonna be able to climb up to the cleat before Pebbles caught him. In general, forced to defend, Impunity.Storm, you don't want to run this with this draft, man. Late game, there's just no way Corrupted Disciple can win a Sandray. But I've been wrong on numerous occasions, and I hope I'm wrong again on this one. So, two ways, man. We either see a completely long, drawn-out game here, where Impunity.Storm defend at a point where they can turn the game, or they push successfully in the next 10 minutes and win this one. If not, Turtle.Masters is going to nicely scoop this one up again for a 3-point win today. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at Turtle.Masters against Impunity.Storm here. So, as you can nicely point out, 8,000 gold deficit already, snowballing in favor of Turtle.Masters yet again, 25 minutes mark in. I mean, this strategy had a little bit of success in the first few minutes, knocking off all 3 tier 1s, but didn't manage to get any single tier 2 down. Turtle.Masters just too defensive there. Also, the fact that he wasn't able to just pick up any kill before major push, wasn't able to split attention push. They need to just try and congregate a 5-man push. That is why I thought that if they picked up the Sandray, do not they had the first pick. If they picked up the Sandray as compared to the Corrupted Disciple, things would have been a little bit tad different here. Because Sandray would have been a lot more idealistic for them. You can definitely imagine that Sandray would be farming down south, the rest of the team pushing. If there's a fight, he goes in, so definitely won't compromise much. But meanwhile, Sandray has to speak. Now we see the River Shark, man. And he decides to pot away and run away. Where is the Sandray? Sneaky guy. Yep. Managed to run up north there in general. So really nice to see that. He did use the ulti. Very respectable, and Still, miscom coming from Nova as well as Pebbles. Pebbles deciding to chuck backwards this time. Nova still standing the same spot. Chemistry lacking somehow in Impunity.Storm side. But and again, don't really blame the Pebbles because there was again a slight. He did do the right thing, but Nova just thought that he would again try to match up to Pebbles' gameplay. And seeing how he played, his style really not standard. Oh, he's actually gonna wish rocket against a fake one. Can't even use the ulti there. My God, Ophelia, misplay. Now they're gonna have to wait for another 2 minutes before the next push. And I'm not so sure if it's still gonna be a successful push here. Corrupted Disciple, meanwhile farming as much as they can. GTM, let's just show the guys chart a little bit. 543 on to the Sand Wraith, 371 only on the Corrupted Disciple. Again, his yards behind Xenophim playing the carry in this game is definitely not having the best of games. Again, I can't say it's his fault. I do believe there's a little bit more of the team players compared to Iron Nun. Iron Nun playing the Sand Wraith, having a pretty sizable amount of kills. Do note 4:1. Xenophim also 4-1, so no excuses there. It's gonna have to boil down to crit kills. Yes, crit kill starking difference here. 218 crit kills compared to 144. Pebbles goes in, nice shot. Root's gonna be used here, but it's gonna be a waste. In fact, no one's gonna get any kill at all. Meanwhile, a pot in for by the Sandra is gonna make sure that he's gonna try nicely catch up this Legion members, outsourcing them. Oh, Ophelia gonna take the fall. Yep, it's gonna be that easy, man. Gonna pop dust all over the place, and now Keeper's gonna be caught out in the cold here by himself. Fraxel gonna go down really quickly, no backup. Even with backup, couldn't save him there. So yes, Iron Chef. Iron Nun, the Iron Chef, cooking up a real storm yet again. Gonna be able to just make sure the ingredients are met, and yep, sizable amount of kills going in his favor also. So 28 minutes in, 7-16, man. And Impunity.Storm finding themselves again on the back foot in this whole game. They are in fact gonna be losing game 2 if this goes on. Of course, 11,400 plus goal deficit with a pushing team. Back to the analysis, I do believe that it's not really their fault. Why do I keep saying it's not their fault is because Turtle.Masters just played so well in terms of defense, and they know exactly, they spotted out this push right when they spotted the Ophelia. The Ophelia was picked up in the first picking phase, along with the KOTM. So they decided to offer a last, well they already had an MOA first hand, and they would just nicely, do nicely to their matters. Do note that the last pick they're actually going to be the Bubbles. Literally Bubbles was drafted first. Bubbles anti-push, MOA anti-push. So they've got both solution to this whole Legion draft nicely thought of already. There was just no way they could have pushed without also considering the fact that they have got just interesting plated greaves completed onto the Frexer, but never seemed to be enough plated greaves. I mean, as a pushing team, even with Belfagor's minions, even with Ophelia's minions or Keeper, whichever minions it is, they just hate to see Acid Bomb. They just hate to see Shell Serve, Acid Bomb plus Rotten Grabs. All three more than enough anti-burst, man. Anti-push, sorry. This is Babael. In case you're wondering why I'm having a little bit of pronunciation problem, if you do catch it up, it's because I just had my wisdom tooth extracted yesterday. So now that things are a little bit slow, we'll have a little bit of bandwidth to talk about that. Yep, but just as I speak, there we go. Bubbles gonna be a lot of trouble. Pebbles going in, but will not get anything done at all. And it seems like Pebbles is gonna get turned around here, and he goes down. Root's gonna be used there a little bit too late. Will not save his counter fire. Seems like Fractal also going down really quickly. But we do see the Bubbles being cooked up nicely also. And here we go. Sand Wraith energized up, looking for a kill on the CD, but will not be able to catch him out. May not be so. Still very much adamant on this kill. He's going all the way to his home, even invading his privacy here. Picks up the CD at long last. Iron Nun there. He knows he needs the kill on the CD. And that's a genocide for Team Turtle.Masters. Really decent to see. 8-21 here, ladies and gentlemen. 30 minutes in. Turtle.Masters again winning this game. Without a doubt in my mind, really just gonna say that they have the absolute advantage here. I'm just glad that it's not like yesterday, where Bomber Skull just stayed with Little Red Boots. Pebble decided to go for Steam Boots, so that's nice to see. Emperor at least knows the basics as much as possible. So that's it. Again, execution. Just barely up to standard this game again. Impunity.Storm not really having the game's problem again, really is with late early game push. Plus the fact that they, I mean, how about just that got a lot of anti-push prepared there. There was just no way. And look at his Henry just harassing the hell out of Emperor. Making sure that he doesn't use follow key here. Meanwhile, melee barracks nicely taken care of. Tower at the base also in the middle lane nicely taken care of. We do have the range barrack standing by itself. Yes, and that's it, man, ladies and gentlemen. We are looking at 31 minutes into this game. 8-21, 20,000 gold. I was saying Impunity.Storm needs to make something happen should they want to win this game. But the real doubt here is that what can they really do? And lacking my brain counterpart, Lark. I mean, even if he's around, I do believe that he's going to be on the same page as me. There's just really nothing much Impunity.Storm could really do at this stage. Corrupted Disciple against the Sandwraith. You just saw how merciless Iron Nun was against Sandofin. It's like saying ham and going all over bacon, stuff like that. But still, we still have got Xenofin in a lot of trouble, really. By himself, looking forward for a Dawnbringer maybe, or maybe even Jomir's Bane. He's gonna try his best, and that's what we like to see. But maybe in this game, his best is not gonna be enough. There we go, Staren's gonna pop the ulti. Who's he gonna stalk a little bit? Yes, it's gonna be a top lane. A nice stun, but by himself, he's gonna be more than able to pick off a lone Pyromancer. Here comes Pebbles, missing the stun, really regrettable. Iron Nun nearly turned it around. Actually still hesitating, missing the Electric Tide is the Corrupted Disciple. It seems like he's just completely healed. It's gonna buy a little bit more time. Root's gonna be used here just for the Sandwraith there. And Pebbles just waltz in. But look at Bubbles, nice kill field. All three men caught out there. And no Root on the keeper right now. And Hellbourne team marches in nicely, cleaning up. Team Legion also CD looking to go down. It's gonna be a concede vote here. Sandwraith just too beefed up. He's going ham over everyone else in this game. Iron Nun, the Iron Chef, doing a really good job. Like I mentioned before, countless times before this game began, address the Sandwraith. Address the Sandwraith, but no one cares, man. He's just going to be completely unregulated this game. Not a single successful gang going in his favor. He did play very clutchly though, because there was numerous attempts for Team Legion, but just very, very weak attempts. In general, Emperor07, I do believe that he didn't have the best of games. I believe that, again, middle lane, he just tried his best, but I can't really put my finger on this because Emperor, man, I thought he would have a sizable, you know, sizable not in terms of size, but really sizable presence in his game, playing as the Pebbles, but he didn't really have much accomplished, not a single gang going his way. Xenofin tried his best to farm up. It's not his fault. Best Storm tried his best. Definitely a lot more effective than the Parasite, if you ask me. Still, Ophelia is pretty useful. At least managed to push down all 3 towers. In previous game, they just secured like 1. That's pretty regrettable. But that being said, man, still push threat fails once it hits the 30-minute mark, as usual. Gonna expire beyond control. Push threat normally is good if there's gonna be added pressure like in the early game, so far and so forth. But so far and so forth, haven't really seen a team in Southeast Asia being able to just pull this push threat. I feel that the pushing strategy so far in is a little bit outdated. It needs to be played differently. You cannot pull the Ophelia Keeper again because there's just severe lack of nukes, really. And maybe just one Ophelia was more than enough for a push. You don't really need a Keeper. Or maybe just one Keeper is more than enough for a push. Similarly, don't commit too much to that. Or, man, we just got to wait for the next WizKid to try and show us what's going to be a successful push threat. That being said, man, Turtle.Masters today will win themselves 3 points. And take a look at the table. This is correct as at last stream, and that's yesterday, by the way. So round 6, Turtle.Masters win themselves 3 points again, so going to win themselves a total of 16 points. And depending on the other 3 counterparts, there's Orange, S2Y, and Bricks. They may actually be looking at a progress up the ladder, or rather not ladder, but table today. Impunity.Storm going to stand still with 0 points. And if the bottom 4 teams wins any games today, Impunity.Storm will be relegated to the red spot. And that's not where they want to be, because if they drop out of even the G League, man, Impunity.Storm, they definitely deserve to be here. They got a standard to stay still, but I feel that they just haven't really figured out their main strengths just yet. You see Nova playing different strategies, but not a single strat I feel is close to the heart of Impunity.Storm where they can play completely confident and they know that this is their winning strategy. I feel that the first game they played very nicely, but completely outdrafted by Turtle.Masters. Parasite questionable, Mage Bane not effective, losing out to the Scout. So in terms of standard, you can't play heroes that just isn't right. Or maybe you can say that Turtle.Masters nicely zoomed in on Impunity.Storm's weaknesses, and that is Xenofin, playing a restricted amount of carry successfully. Also, he's not the main problem, but Rally is also a problem, and I mean Rally as well as Pebbles on Emperor. Emperor so far hasn't really been performing. I do know this will definitely bite into his flesh if I say this, as well as the flesh of all his fans. But I hope that all the viewers out there can actually give him a little bit of a space, because he is still settling in nicely. 1 month old is Impunity.Storm. Turtle.Masters meanwhile is more than a year old, man. So chemistry, training, still very far behind. And I'm just gonna wish both teams all the best. Fantastic series tonight. Of course, I prefer the first game a lot more. Second game definitely a lot more straightforward when I push that fill. At the bottom lane, we know it was done deal. That's it. So, yep. Again, this is me doing a little bit of solo cast. I hope you guys enjoy that. I'm gonna nicely change and prepare the second cover screen so you guys can have a really clear picture as to who win this game. I do know that a lot of players like to ask this question, sorry, when it comes towards the end of the game. So, sorry. So it's nice to see that I'll be able to put this up on screen. It's gonna be changed really quickly. Again, apologies for the first stream being a complete ass, Twitch, really. I don't know why it went offline, half of it. The stream was still on my end. It seems like the proxy wasn't able to go through. Being on Singapore, I mean, the server here, the Asia server is just completely unreliable. But somehow, it could be me, it could be my internet service provider, ISP, trolling me again. Could be the numerous amount of occupants in my home, just using and sapping up my bandwidth again, but don't really want to complain too much here, but I hope that we are cool. And again, my promise to you guys, really friends, from tonight is that I will be putting forth local recording every single stream, so that we are going to be able to upload them onto our YouTube at Epic Gaming Television. And it's going to be nice because for you guys who can't catch it live or you have problem viewing live, it's going to be a really good alternative. That's it, because we can't pull stream off halfway through a game, and I don't really want to kill the mood there, so as compared to just nicely reviewing the whole thing. Of course, it will not be live by then, but meanwhile, do give me some time to try and fix this total problem. Only happened since last week, man. It only happened since last week, and I hate to say this, but I do believe that Twitch has been trying to do a bit of server upgrading and do a bit of research on myself. It seems like they are having a little bit of a server updating to cope with the demand. Yes, they are expanding, so give them a little bit more bandwidth. So whether it's their fault or my fault, I'm gonna nicely try and resolve things on my end. So that's my promise to you guys, viewers out there. Thank you for supporting again. This is Babael. So congratulations to Turtle.Masters, really nicely winning this whole series. Respectably also, they did show in Impunity.Storm that they are still the bad team after 2 whole cycles. Do note that in cycle 1, same result as today's series. So that's it. I'm done here, man. Guys, it's the best of 2. I hope you guys enjoyed my cast. Apologies for a little bit of mispronunciation. Having a little bit of a wisdom tooth extraction yesterday. Still aching my left teeth, or tooth, whatever. Yeah, both of them, both tooth still aching, sorry, both spots still aching really badly throughout the entire 2-hour cast. Still managed to pull it off. A little bit regrettable that you guys didn't manage to enjoy the first cast, man. That was just awesome. If you ask me, I did it really fantastically, but God decided to troll me. ISP decided to troll me, so I'm gonna have to deal with that. Again, I am receiving PMs that you guys want Breaky. I do know that Breaky is the experienced caster from HoNcast, and I know that huge respect to him, but I hope you guys give me some time to grow also. I have just been casting for less than a year. Breaky has been around for 5, man, so I hope you guys give me the similar amount of time to try and grow as a caster, develop my style a little bit more, so I hope you guys give me all the support I can get. That's it. Babael solo cast concluding. Tomorrow is going to be the same deal again. I'm going to be the solo casting for most of this week, though. But I do know Abstract is going to be joining me on Thursday, so that's something to look forward to. That being said, hope you guys enjoy my cast, really, and see you guys soon. See you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's game is going to be really big. Also, casting schedule now on the screen. Yes, it's gonna be MRR versus Orange Esports, and boy oh boy, I hope my mouth isn't aching by then. Yep, because that's one big game. One big game. Tune in, man. I hope that Twitch is not gonna be a problem, but nonetheless, it's gonna be on local recording, just so things will be fine. That's it for the last time tonight. This is Babael. Hope you guys have a great night, and see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.
Everyone and love is prized. So wake me up when it's all over. When I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself, and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over. When I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself, and I
can make it rise. I feel so high, I go alive. I need to be